I have my ground beef already in a bowl. And now I'm mushing up some bread with some milk. And I'm gonna get it all mushed up, and then I'm gonna put it in the hamburger. I've got my onion sautéed. Can you guess what I'm making yet? So I'm mushing the bread, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ground some pepper into the bread mixture, the bread and milk mixture. And in the hamburger, I'm also gonna put some thyme, oregano, paprika, onion powder, and some garlic powder, but I'm also gonna add some fresh garlic too, along with the fresh onions. And along with that, I'm gonna put a squirt of some stone ground mustard, and I'm gonna put a squirt of ketchup, and the best thing is, and one of my favorite ingredients to use is Worcestershire sauce, so the W sauce. And I'm going to add that all in here along with 1 egg. And then I'm going to mix it all together, and I'm going to add a little bit of this. Freeze dried jalapeños. So it's going to give a little bit of heat to it, and it's going to be oh so yummy. So let me get all that mixed together, and I'll be back. Here are all the ingredients all put together on the hamburger. And what I do with the eggshells is I save them, and I'm going to crush them, and then I'm going to put them in my garden to help fertilize the soil. So I try and use everything that I have. But this is the mixture, and have you guessed yet what I'm making? This is going to be a delicious meatloaf. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to form it into a meatloaf and put it in the oven at 375, covered for about 45 minutes, and then take the foil off it and cook it for another 15 minutes. And you can top it with bacon. You can also put mushrooms in it, and I put mushrooms in it a lot of the time, but I'm not going to do that this time. But you can top it with bacon. That is really yummy and good and gives it a lot of flavor. Or you can just, you know, do as is. And instead of the bread mixture with milk, you can also add just crackers, or you could add breadcrumbs or Cheez-Its, you know, cheese crackers, something like that. I've even known people to put rice in it, and you can also do oatmeal. So there's a lot of things you can put in there to bind it and keep it together. But today I'm using the milk and bread combination, and it's going to make it super moist and super yummy. So I did put the Worcestershire sauce in there. You can't see it because it kind of soaked into the meat. And I'm just about to sprinkle the jalapeno, freeze-dried jalapeños in there. I think this is going to give it a little kick. I love these. I put these in eggs, in all sorts of recipes. So if you see this at your grocery store, grab it. It's really good, and it doesn't cost a lot. I forget how much I got it, but I did not pay a lot of money for that. But it's good. And one day I want to get a freeze dryer. I do. I really love to freeze dry my own things. But I digress, and I'm on to form the meatloaf. Okay, so as I was starting to mix it, I looked over, and there were my onions sitting on the stove. So I poured my sauteed onions in it with a big tablespoon of garlic, minced garlic, and then there's the jalapenos. Can you see them down there? And then, so now I'm going to thoroughly just smush it and mix it all together and make it into a loaf. And we're going to have one of the best meatloafs ever. I'll be back. And there she is, my friends. She is all ready to go into the oven at 375 for an hour, 45 minutes covered, and about 15 minutes uncovered. Or you could, you know, until she gets to your liking, crispy on the outside. As I was saying, you want to cook it until it's crispy on the outside as you like it. You know, some like it really crisp. I know a lot of people fight for the end pieces. So, and the internal temperature should be about 160 or above. And you can use a thermometer to check it. And you can find some really cool thermometers on Amazon. There's one that I want to get that it connects to your phone, so your phone will update you on the temperature of it, or, you know, especially if you're grilling. But anyway, this is what the loaf looks like, and when I pull it out of the oven, I will show you what the finished meatloaf looks like. Okay? Come back. So hey everybody, these are trivets that I'm going to put my meatloaf on, and I got these at IKEA. So those trivets are really wonderful. I have a whole bunch and I got them for IKEA and they're very reasonably priced, and I keep a pile of them next to my oven. But this is the meatloaf in all her glory. Isn't she beautiful? That's her. Nummy nummy. And I'm gonna serve it with some gravy, mashed potatoes, and some vegetables, and I have a salad going, so this is gonna be a really great dinner. I hope you enjoyed my little meatloaf recipe. All right, y'all have a great day. Come back, come back. I have to show you, look how pretty my salad looks. It's so pretty, it's green, it's got celery, tomatoes, mushrooms, some microgreens. It's got romaine and iceberg lettuce. I put iceberg lettuce in for the crunch, but it's just a simple salad. Isn't that pretty? And this is what I'm going to serve dinner on steak boards. And it's got this little groove around it. So if anything drips around it, it will not fall off the steak board. It'll fall in the little groove. And it's a real fancy way to eat dinner. I had dinner served on a steak board at a restaurant one time, and I just thought it was amazing. Okay, so this is the dinner. It's meatloaf with gravy, mashed potatoes and gravy, pull apart garlic monkey bread, and some beans and onions. And this is all served on my steak board. Isn't it beautiful? What a beautiful presentation it is. What are you having for dinner?